Hi, this is Craigs Twist81. Thanks for joining me in this video. I'm going to do a playthrough, Total War Warhammer. I'm going to play through as the vampire counts. I regularly play through as lots of different factions, so I'm just going to end up recording them and putting them on YouTube. But I'm going to start with the vampire counts, and I'm going to play through as Kemmler, because I really like playing through as Necromancer. It's going to be on hard difficulty. So let's get this started.
The Von Carsteins have risen once again, mighty Lich Master.
Okay, I'm just going to skip this intro because I'm pretty sure that if anybody's watching this, you've probably played this 100 times at least yourself, so we kind of already know the introduction with Kemmler. So incidentally, I've got quite a few mods that are currently active on this game. I'm going to put the details of all the mods in the comments section, but these one of the things that we notice immediately is a mod that changes the campaign map, so it makes it darker, and especially playing through as the vampire counts, it's really noticeable, so I think it looks way better with this mod on. But there are other mods as well. I've got Steel Faith and GCCM, which improves the graphics in terms of the rivers whenever you have a river map and things like that. But yeah, there are quite a few mods which change things. Even the skill tree of Kemmler. Now, I wasn't sure if this was a mod that did this or whether it was a recent update by CA, but I noticed when I was playing through the other day that Krell was nowhere near as strong as he used to be, and now I've discovered why. It's because there's an extra tree, an extra branch in the skill tree for Kemmler, which makes Krell more powerful as you go through it. So yeah, that's why he was pretty much getting annihilated by, because I used to summon him behind enemy lines and try and take out the enemy lord, and it was quite effective, but now he's not as effective because yeah, you have to upgrade him now. And then we've got Thrall Master and Lord of the Scourge, and again, I'm not sure if that's the mod that's introducing those or whether that's part of you know, a new, because we've recently had Norska out. I'm not sure if they've kind of revamped some stuff. Anyway, so here we are. Gonna start off just by raising whatever we can raise, and then we'll go straight into our first fight where we can see the effects of a couple of other mods that I currently have activated. Okay, so the Winds of Magic is pretty decent, so I'm just going to start deployment. So yeah, one of the mods is to do with rivers, so these kind of make the rivers look way better than they did in vanilla, which I can't even remember how they looked in vanilla, but I don't think they looked that good, so that's pretty good. So let's just get the zombies up front, and we'll just get the skeletons and the ethereal units behind, put them on slightly at the flank. Another mod that I have activated on this is more dust, which actually is pretty cool. When you see the units marching, you'll see this. I kind of like this mod. I think it's GCCM because you can actually take advantage of the Vanguard deployment instead of on vanilla. They never ever fixed it, so really you could only ever deploy your Vanguard troops in a corner, which was ridiculous. And incidentally, we're probably going to have lots of maps like that in this playthrough, because I think the only mod that I've got activated is the ones with the rivers. So whenever we have a map that doesn't have a river, I think we'll probably still get that vanilla dimension where you can only go in the corner or whatever. And then we'll have Kemmler behind, and we're just going to hard group all of these, and we'll just do something like that. Okay. And we'll just get them to charge. Ethereal units, actually, you know what? I'm going to have them come this way. Stop around about there, and they're not affected by terrain because they're just floating, so they should make good time. They might even be there before this. And let's get Kemmler brought up. I sometimes forget about Kemmler, but let's get him brought up here. I'm not bothered if they see these troops over here, so I'm just going to bring them in a little bit. If anything, it might distract their sort of formation there. So yeah, what I would normally do is I'd use Kemmler to bring up Corel behind enemy lines, take out the Lord, especially effective when fighting other vampires because then everybody starts to crumble once the Lord's dead. But I did this the other day and I just noticed that Corel was just getting annihilated. What's this? So there's a little bit of a little bit of water, which is normal, but I don't think it's a perfect. Yeah, I don't think it could. So a little bit of a graphical glitch. It's going to fast forward. So yeah, their army consists of zombies and skeletons, so it's really just... the only reason I'm playing this is just to... yeah, I think that's part of the mod as well. You can actually hear them plodding through the water, which is... So yeah, the only reason I'm playing this is just to sort of get a feel for the units, because I haven't played as... I played briefly the other day, which is when I was checking out Kemmler, but other than that I haven't played this one for a while. Okay, so Kemmler can stop around about here. Let's immediately get Corel. Go straight for the enemy Lord. These can now come and do some rear charges. Ethereal units are going to get here soon. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, he's basically legging it back to the safety of his troops. Oh hello, I didn't see those. I've got a feeling that those, because we're playing this on hard, so they'll probably get some. So those enemy hounds might actually just wipe mine out. Oh no, they're losing. And he hasn't actually been able to escape Corel. Ah, so look at this, yeah, so basically I just got unlucky the other day, I guess, because Corel is pushing out this time. Get them all in. Zombies, come on in. Rear charge. So there goes the enemy Lord. Let's just get these in. So the ethereal units weren't really needed after all. I was reluctant to buy the Blood and Gore mod just because I was reluctant to pay money to have Gore, but I got it in the end when I got the Norska DLC. I think that's going to be about it, surely. Alright, so that was probably a little bit pointless. It was more for my benefit just to get used to the units again. I'll see you back on the campaign map. Okay, so I think I'll go for leadership. So of course it's telling me to go for Eshin, which I'm not going to do just yet. I know that, see by the red arrow, that he's going to get supported by not really that good a Garrison, and that's quite a small army as well. So instead I think I'm actually just going to recruit more skeletons. This chain, it's only 3, so I'm going to move that to a minor settlement, and I can see Eshin's already got one. I'm going to tear that down, but not yet because I'm recruiting. And in this one I'm going to go straight for the Tarnish Gold Shaft. I always like to go for the unique traits that if there's one there, I always tend to go for it. And I'm gonna go down to this tree first, because I want to strengthen the I want to increase growth and increase the amount of money we're getting in, and that's the first thing I'm gonna do. And then I'm actually gonna go down here to improve diplomatic relations and stuff like that as well. And that's before I go for any of the unit upgrades. So yeah, I'm gonna do that now. Kemmler gets an upgrade. Ordinarily, I always used to go for Master of the Dead, Invocation of Nehek, the Curse of the Undeath, and then I would go straight for all of this stuff to try and improve the... But now I'm confused because they've introduced these 2 new things here. And like I said, I don't know if it's the mod, details are in the comment section, or whether it's an update from CA, but that gives us increased unit experience for recruits. We're going to constantly be recruiting skeletons and zombies, I think, so, and it reduces the recruitment cost and raised dead cost as well. That's also really important, mainly just for casualty replenishment and leadership. But I think I'm going to go for that one, Thrall Master. I'm going to skip to the next turn. Not really going to be doing any diplomacy in the early stages. I know Vlad von Carstein's probably going to try to get a non-aggression pact set up, but I'm planning on consolidating these two provinces really early on, so there's no point me doing anything like that. So yeah, the quest is telling me to go for Eschen, capture Eschen, but actually I think Tempelhof will be my first target. There are walls, but
Never.
really shouldn't be a problem. And even though that the skeletons can, yeah, I'm going to do this, and I think I'm not going to be able to attack straight away because I don't have anything to, even though they've all got ladders and can climb the walls, even zombies, strangely enough, it still won't let me go straight forward. So I'm just going to continue the siege with a battering ram. And I know that he is going to, he's recruiting some stuff now, and then he's going to come back and support. Or he may bypass me and go straight to Fort Oversteyer. Let's find out. I'm just going to bypass it. I'm just going to quickly end turn again. Hopefully he won't support and he'll just go straight to Oversteyer. And if he does, then we'll be launching an attack. No, he's actually going to come at me this time, which means we've got potentially two, well, definitely two, potentially three lords to fight, and slightly overwhelming numbers. It won't be fought behind a wall because he's attacking me on the outside of it. Yep, so it will just be on the normal map. You know what? I think I'm gonna break the siege. I'm gonna be a bit of a wimp. I just think that'll be the better, and I'm gonna raise some extra troops to give me more of a full stack. And he might end up in this fight pretty tired. And Obersteyer's got even less a garrison, so now I'm gonna take Obersteyer. There is no wall, so I can just go straight in and fight this. I tend to quick save a lot, but I would only have a quick load if it meant the end of the game. If it was just a case of me losing most of my army, I'd never quick load. But I do tend to quick save a lot because I'm quite a defensive player. Here we are, so I could have just auto-resolved, but might as well play it, and then if you want to watch it, you can watch it. If you don't, you just skip it. I'm going to gamble because the Winds of Magic was quite low. Incidentally, one of the things I love playing with the vampire counts is that when you have like a Pyrrhic victory where you've lost most of your guys, and even if you do auto resolve and lose most of your guys, you can usually just raise dead, which is one of the things I love about this playing through as the vampire counts. Yeah, this is vanilla look, so you know it's ridiculous. You can only really come at them from the front or in a corner, which makes no sense. And I find it amazing that has never actually been resolved. I guess it wasn't high on the wish list, on the list. I see it. I guess I'd already made that money. So. Anyway, so we're just going to hard group again, pretty much all of these. And we'll just charge them straight at the enemy. I'll bring Kemmler straight in as well. And get these over here. The bats are probably going to go for Kemmler. They did the last time I played this, so it was a little bit clever on the part of the AI. And I don't actually have rare zombies yet to protect me, so you can see the dust from the more dust mod, which actually makes it look really cool, I think. Far more realistic. So that looks really cool. Yeah, they're gonna The bats, and I think they might have some hounds. Yeah, they do. Bats and hounds. They're probably just going to go straight. So that's why they're there. I think they're going to. Zombies don't travel as fast as the other troops. So I'm actually going to. That doesn't make any difference. So again, enemy lord's completely surrounded by his units there, protecting himself. Kemmler, you can just walk now. Actually, you're getting a little bit ahead of yourself. Gonna have a charge. Oh, wow! So for some reason, those direwolves just annihilated my direwolves. Not really sure how they managed to do that so quickly. Gonna fast forward a little bit because it just seems to be going in slow motion. There we go. Was that my direwolves that were getting annihilated, or there? Yeah, it was mine, wasn't it? Right, let's bring these up for some. Prepare for some rear charges. These guys have just stopped. Yeah, they've just stopped. As have these guys. They've just stopped. Can't be asked. Let's just rear charge in the back of this. Let's bring Kemmler up so that his aura affects the units. Those direwolves just going to get annihilated. Already we can see our zombies here getting a little bit beaten up. Come on, Kemmler, as quick as you can. Let's get Krell in there now. Krell, get straight after the enemy lord again. Get these units over here. Actually, you can recharge that one. Yeah, so the vampire bats have gone straight for Kemmler. Krell is doing a good job with the vampire lord there. So I'm just going to pull those direwolves out. They're getting a little bit knackered, basically. Everyone in here. Bats. So these bats are going to do a little bit of a recharge there, but I think they're on the way out. Get in there. Get in there. See the zombies with the red swords above them are getting a little bit mauled. Everyone else seems to be holding up alright. Let's do a charge there on the enemy lord just to help Krell. Recharge down here. Where did the enemy lord go? There he is. Quick recharge. I think that's. Get you back in. These warhounds have pretty much had it, but I don't think it matters. Everyone's starting to crumble. The lord's done. I might as well get a quick heal in here. Not that it makes much difference, but I'll get it in there just before we get back to the campaign map. Mind you, they're still fighting. Let's get a recharge in over here. Get you support Krell. Well, that was disappointing. That wasn't the best charge I've ever seen. But yeah, they're all basically just dropping like flies now. He's running around without a head. So we had a headless skeleton there doing a job. Okay, so that's Fort Orbistai. I'm just going to occupy because I don't want to have to deal with rebellions or anything, so I don't need to loot or sack. our first two.
Taint of undeath is spread.
You.
Let us make do.
So yeah, the casualty replenishment is pretty decent. But like I say, in the early stages, you know, actually I'm going to go for implication of Nahek. In these early stages, I think I can pretty much... Oh no, I've got no raised dead anyway, so I might as well just... He can't move anyway. So that's Fort Oberstyre. But in this province, Western Sylvania, I'm not actually going to be recruiting any of these guys. That said though, I will get another skeleton warrior in just while we do have that building. Right, let's just skip through that one. Seemed to be a lot more blood coming out of those skeletons that I would have thought was possible in that last fight as well. So the blood and gore just is across the board because most things are actually able to bleed in this game. So that's the book obtained. Now we're going to do some research in it, which is growth and income. I'll just let that carry on. He hasn't managed to do any kind of recruiting, and I've wiped out the main bulk of Templehoff's army. So we'll go straight over to this. Yeah, it's going to be an easy battle, but obviously I can't do anything yet because I don't have continue siege. We now have the shaft. I'm always reluctant to build. Everyone's got their own tactics and things like that. And when I play through as vampire counts, I tend to play kind of passively aggressively. Vampiric corruption will spread through all of these surrounding provinces eventually, and they'll start having vampiric rebellions, and then I'll just sort of swoop in and take the settlements as they fall. I will be going to war with some people, but usually with the empire provinces and things like that, I don't tend to go to war with them. I just play friendly and get my +10 diplomatic thing, and you know, and do some trading, and then just take their ruins when they all go get rebellions. But I noticed with one of the mods I've got now, while I'm talking, I'll just skip through this because I'm not gonna. I noticed with one of the mods I've got now, when you build some of the new buildings, it actually reduces the relationship with the empire provinces, which kind of works against my usual plan a little bit. Templehoff begging for peace, but that's not going to happen. And then, now I could auto-resolve it, because it is going to be such an easy victory, especially if I'm just climbing the walls. The auto-resolve's not being very kind. I've got one battering ram, but again, I don't really... Right, I'm just going to fight it, so I'll see on the tactical map. Okay, so that Winter Magic looks pretty healthy, so I'm just going to keep that. Incidentally, one of the other mods that I've got activated kind of slows down the battle a little bit. Again, the details of the mods are in the comments section, but slows down the battle a little bit so you can actually enjoy the battle, which is pretty cool. It's not as fast. We'll see another mod in action, I think, in this fight, because I also have a mod called Weaker Towers, which just makes it a lot more like the other games that we had, where the towers, you know, you could actually keep your distance from the settlement and then just launch people in a little bit more strategically. Whereas when I started playing Warhammer and noticed that the range of the towers reached the entirety of the map and they did a ridiculous amount of damage, I was a little bit disappointed. But yeah, so hopefully now it'll be let's just get those skeletons on there and stick them there. So hopefully now the towers will be a little bit weaker. Just gonna they're gonna be the troops that hit the wall, and then Kemmler and these guys are just gonna hold back. So start battle. Zombies are gonna move up front. So well, mind you, they didn't have that distance on. They didn't have that range on them before. They really didn't. So I'm not actually sure. Right, everyone just hit the walls. You are going to go straight for the gate. Walls, walls, walls. Yeah, so they still do have a lot of range on them now. I'm surprised because I did have a battle in another map like yesterday, I think it was, and they didn't have that range. They went to about here, which was perfect. But that is pretty much the... Well, it's still fine because you can keep your units back here. So for example, these units here, which... So Kemmler and these units, I'm just going to pull these back. Just out of range of the towers until the gate is destroyed. I like the vampire counts tower projectiles. They look really cool. Not doing a lot of damage. These skeletons are taking a little bit of damage, but let's fast forward because our troops are pretty much going to take these walls. This is one of the reasons why I wasn't really going to fight it, but the auto resolve wasn't being too kind. But like I was saying before, with the vampire counts, one of the things I love about playing as vampire counts is even if you have Pyrrhic victory, it doesn't make any difference because you can just resurrect and recruit all the skeletons and zombies. And one of the things I'm going to be trying to do is improve the quality of the skeletons and zombies, and then just the elite units, which usually take longer and more money to maintain. They're going to be few and far between, I think. So these zombies now can also climb the walls. So I'm just going to tell them to charge in as well. And they're just going to go straight for the ladders, I guess. Our ram is at the gate. So it's going to start doing damage now. There's our skeletons climbing over. And again, there's a little bit of blood here, though surely it can't be from skeletons. Maybe zombies, yeah, maybe they still have a bit of blood left in them. I think actually it might just be part of the mask. So, the gate is down, so let's get everybody charging over here. Skeletons charging at the spearmen. They should have an advantage over those. Put them in. I'm not really bothered about losing the direwolves, obviously. Kemmler, see if I can get you through as well. We've still got a lot of skeletons fighting, zombies fighting to get there. I'm really surprised at how capable those zombies are at climbing ladders. Alright, Kemmler's starting to take a beating now, but he's taking a beating from that tower, which hasn't actually been taken yet. These towers have. So yeah, and he is the only one within their line of sight, so he's definitely going to be out of it. Kemmler, are we going to take this yet? Okay, so my men up here are losing decisively, which is not great. Oh, we do have some men steady doing nothing though, so let's send them down. How are we doing at the gate? So those spearmen are receiving a buff, as will we then. Let's get the ethereal units charging in. Kemmler, where are you? Slowly but surely, that's it, Kemmler. Because I want you to get Krell here. That would be perfect. These have decided that they're just not going to bother. Okay, yeah, you guys just run off. Perfect. That's what I was going to suggest. That's what I was going to ask Kemmler. Can you cast through the wall? I think you can. There we go. Perfect.
Undead terror. Smash them.
There you go. We're getting a little bit of lag there because of
destruction.
So how are we getting on here? The ethereal units. I'm not sure why skeleton spearmen are high threat. I'm seeing lots of red swords here, meaning that my units, I guess, are struggling. Are you even doing anything there? Are you actually doing anything? Get in.
Kemmler.
Let's just fast forward. So Krell is taking a beating. Kemmler, as soon as that becomes available again. Wow, it seems to be going slower now that I've put it in fast forward. Oh, yep, there's another cooldown there. Yep, can never have too many cooldowns. Right, let's take a look at our wall troops. What are they doing? Spearman, I was just a little bit lax there. Get in. I'm not going to have time to heal Krell. The bats have been annihilating him. I knew it was going to wait until after I wasted it. Oh, and he's got full energy. Ah, right, okay, yeah, full health. So Krell literally did nothing. I mean, that's what I mean, like, Krell was really useful before, but now that they've introduced that, which is good, I like it. I like that you can actually spend some points in increasing Krell's ability, but I think it's pretty annoying that he literally did nothing there. And I'm slightly annoyed that there's still 139 spearmen there as well. How about they just, are you able to just charge through and get straight at the Lord? Are you able to do that? I don't know if I can heal these units on the wall. They just don't seem to be doing anything. It was a bit of a... It looked like this fight was going to be pretty easy, but unfortunately... There we go. And these skeleton spearmen, you come in and take care of the... you just tie them up there. Right. Surely you're not going to wipe out my hex rates. I think he's raising some zombies. I'm not sure. I'm stunned, but well, they're losing decisively. It doesn't mean anything, of course, at the moment. Yeah, the hex rates are getting annihilated by the Lord, who still hasn't. I'm really surprised actually, because who is Wilmar von Karstein? Have we even heard of him? He's a nobody, and yet he's wiping out some of my top tier units. Those spearmen have done a fantastic job at holding that gate. Can we get Kemmler through by any chance? I don't really want to get him into combat. But if I can just squeeze him through. Heal back down here. Get those hounds at the bats. Yeah, those bats are not going to do anything. Okay, we're starting to see some progress now. He's gradually losing health, so his magic is failing him, I guess. So I guess that's what he was healing himself with. Okay, so Kemmler is in combat. Let's get him out of combat. There we go. Let's go another heal him when we can. I mean, he's doing a fantastic job of keeping himself alive. Right, I want everybody in at these paths, they're annoying me. Actually no, it's doing a lot. They're finally starting to crumble. Swordsman. I think this is in part to do with the mod that I've got, where it slows combat down a little bit, so it kind of feels more realistic. So I'm getting some lag there. It really slows combat down a little bit so that it takes longer, it can be a little bit more strategic. What about on the wall? The floor littered with the corpses. See if you can get in here at the Lord. Everybody get in at the Lord. Yeah, they're not going to last too much longer, surely. I mean, he hasn't even got an arm. Fighting with one arm. There we go, he's gone. Well, it seems a bit quiet there all of a sudden. Can't really even see what's going on there, but the enemy lord's in there somewhere. That's in there, I think. Still sporting quite a lot of health. Okay, so they've gone, so let's get those skeletons in to join. Let's get another heal off. In fact, let's get in at these spearmen who seem to have been trying to get a recharge in at the hex rates. But they're not really losing any health, so I'm happy about that. I'm just going to fast forward. I mean, this fight, I think, like I said, it's the mod. It's definitely the mod. It kind of slows progress in the battle down so that you can be more strategic. But in battles like this, I guess it does get a little bit tedious when you know you've got a victory, but you just have to wait for it. So the rest of this fight now is just going to be on fast forward. Incidentally, you can fast forward it too if Krell can do nothing more apart from stand nearby and have his aura of influence affect the troops. All the watchtowers are now under my control, although it means nothing because there are no enemies outside. Wow! I mean, I've run out of magic, so surely he's going to run out of magic now. Right, let's just get everybody. Oh, hold on a second. I see lots of skeletons not actually fighting, and yet there are still enemies on the wall. Again, loads of zombies doing nothing. So this unit we're going to lose, because they're completely drained. Quick retreat. Okay, so a Pyrrhic victory, but again, with the vampire counts, I'm really not that bothered. The dead rise again, so I think a couple of our skeletons that were wiped out might have come back. So we've only got Schwarzhafen left to deal with. Our next target, of course, being Eschen, but I think since that's empty, Tempelhof will be gathering troops in Waldenhof. So I think that'll be our next target. Skeleton warriors. So I'm just gonna consolidate a couple of them and get some of them, and then same for these. Just consolidate. There's a skeleton warrior. In fact, let's do that with those as well. Let's get 2 more.
Let's
just get another skeleton as well. Okay, and Kemmler's got an upgrade. So Master of the Dead. So replenishes the hit points of combatants. I didn't have that, so actually maybe, yeah, he would have still been giving leadership to the troops, but still. I'm not going to upgrade any of these yet again, but I am going to tear this down in Fort Oberstein now. Oh wait, I'm recruiting, so if I tear that down, will they finish? I don't know, so I'm just going to keep that for now. And skip the next turn. So we're going to take these 2 settlements, take Schwarzhafen, and that'll give us access to
pray to thine pitiful little gods,
him, Manfred von Karstein. And obviously no peace. Okay, so now I will tear that down because this province is going to be focused on the forest chain. So if we move him over here, we should be able to see, yeah, there is some recruitment going on there. So that's my priority.
Onwards.
Let's I'll get rid of one of the spearmen. Here's another skeleton swordsman. I wish I could have reached him in this go though. He's going to have the chance to raise a couple of extra troops to help him. Let's just skip the next turn. Yeah, so there's Blandborg Karstein looking for a non-aggression pact. Wow, so they've decided that they can't win and they're going to try and... I'm just going to auto-resolve here, I think. And occupy. Oh yeah, I didn't recruit my regiments of renown. So forest chain, I'm going to get rid of that because we're not going to have the forest chain in eastern Sylvania, only in western Sylvania. We've now got a spare space there, so that's where our forest chain is going to go. Yeah, I mean, I am, like I said before, what I want to do is I want to take Eschen so that we can get this battle started, this quest battle, because once I finish the quest battle I'll get access to the Necromancer, and that's why I'm reluctant to spend money, because I want the Necromancer so I can reduce everything by 10%. It seems as if it's not such a big deal at 10%, but actually I've found by doing it all the time with the, I'm just going to put it in there, the Curse of Undeath, it's the first 3 I always tend to get, but I wanted to get one in Thrall Master as well. But yeah, it's the Necromancer, reducing the cost of 10%. Every faction has an agent like that can reduce costs, and it's so useful. It's surprising how much money you end up with, so yeah, I want to, even though Eschen was a priority, I've ended up leaving it to last. I'm hoping Vlad von Karstein down there in the south is going to get preoccupied with the dwarves, which might make it easy for me to just take his only settlement. Amazingly, they've managed to reach Eschen, but it's not going to make any difference. So they want me to be at war with these dwarves over here. I don't think that's not my immediate plan. So I think even yeah, this is going to be another auto resolve, I think. Definitely. And we're going to occupy. that's our quest complete.
I need more
And there's our battle that we can fight.
darkness comes.
So one more upgrade here. It would be really useful to put it in Raised Dead. It would be really useful to improve Krell. This is where I always like to go as well. I also want casualty replenishment rate, so literally I want little bits of everything with Kemmler. But I think for the sake of money and improving the unit recruits, I'm going to go there again. So there's lots of stuff to spend money on, but I'm not going to do it. I'm actually going to
Let us make
so
do.
this is where I'm going to put a cut in for the first part, but in the next part I'm going to go and complete this battle. We're going to get our Necromancer and start spending some money, and of course we're going to take out Vlampo Karstein, consolidate this and recruit Manfred. So thanks for joining me in this first part, and I'll see you in the next part.